Hello there, scientists. It is March 1st, Monday, and today for science, you are going to be working around magnets. Magnets are so fun to play with. And so I have a little bit of a challenge for you today after you do some reading. So to introduce us to magnets today, what I want you to do is actually, before you learn why this happens, let me show you. Okay, so I have two magnets off my fridge. Okay, these are just little simple magnets with little maps on them that someone made for me. Okay, so I'm going to try to push these magnets together. See how they keep moving away from each other? I'm pushing so hard, but they won't hit each other. They won't go together. Ugh. Okay, then I have this beach glass magnet. A magnet was put on the back. Now watch these. Wait, those went together, but the other ones didn't that looked just like this. I wonder why. So what I want you to do before you go any further is to actually pause the video, and you are going to go into today's lesson into slide 2. Okay, this is time to think, slide 2. And answer this question. What do you already know about magnets? How have you seen magnets used in everyday life? Are all materials attracted to a magnet? Write your ideas below. So because they're asking 3 questions here, I expect about 3 sentences with your ideas. All of us have had experience with magnets if you've ever put anything on the fridge, like to hold a piece of paper, or if you've ever played with them. I think there's a magnet thing at school some kids have played with before. So just tell a little bit about these questions. So what do you already know about magnets? If you've experienced playing with them before, write that down. And how have you seen them used in everyday life? So they're used more than just on your fridge. So then you're going to pause, do this page. And then when you come back, we'll do some other stuff. So ready, pause. Okay, coming back after you did slide 2, I'm going to read to you a little bit about magnetism today and about the reasons for why those magnets I just showed you looked exactly the same, but some were attracted to each other and some did what we call repel. Now, magnets are really awesome because they're both a force of a push and a pull. They can push things away and they can pull things towards them. Pretty awesome. So let's read this together. And again, you can do the listening here and listen to it, but sometimes that doesn't work. So I'm just going to read it to you and you can follow along with me. Have you ever looked at magnets on the refrigerator and wondered why they don't fall to the ground? We have already learned about one invisible force, gravity. Magnets are another special invisible force type of force. A force is a push or a pull. Magnets can do both. Isn't that cool? So you can't see it happening, but it isn't. So it's an invisible force, just like gravity. Let's take a look at the next slide. Magnets have 2 poles on opposite ends of the magnet. A north, this should say north, and I don't know why that's there, but anyway, a north pole and a south pole. Your mind should go, I have a connection. That's like the world. We have a north pole where Santa lives and a south pole where the penguins live. And so that's what a magnet's like as well. Like poles, like north and north. So 2 norths push away from each other, or what we call repel. And unlike poles, north and south pull towards each other or attract. So the words we're going to use, scientists, are repel, keep away from each other, and attract. Okay, so maybe that explains something about my magnets. So as you can see here, this is a magnet. It has a south pole and a north pole. You can see north and north don't go together. But if you have a north and a south, they do go together. If you've ever heard the saying, opposites attract, this would be an example of opposites attract, because the same thing repels, opposites attract, go together. So the magnetic field that surrounds magnets is created by the north and south poles on magnets. This creates an invisible area of magnetism that we call a magnetic field. If certain materials come within the magnetic field, they will move towards the magnet. The main material we use in magnets today is iron. And we find that in Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula. We mine iron out of the ground. Steel also has a lot of iron in it, so that steel can be used as well. Okay, what have I read so far? So I'm going to try a few things. Use the magnetic pictures to create examples of how two magnets can attract or repel. Okay, so I'm going to put one over here. There's lots of them. So let's see, north and north. Would these attract? No. And look at, they made these pictures kind of big, so I'm going to have to squeeze them down a little bit to show that these actually repel. So I'm going to move these guys over here to show red and red repel, blue and red attract. So you're going to bring those over here, and again, you might have to move them around too. So if you drag them over, you see this little dot at the front, this little dot. This is so cool because then you can go do a 360. And so you can go so fun. So then you can move it around the opposite way. And then again, you might want to make it a little smaller so it actually fits and show what it attracts. So try to do as many examples as you can. There's probably 2 on for both columns. Then, boys and girls, you're going to watch this video called Fun with Magnets. And I'd like you to try a few magnet activities today at home. Try to find some magnets and see if they attract, or if they repel. So this means these are both north poles or both south poles. They're just not going together. Trust me, it feels so cool to feel that gravitational pull when they are attracted to each other, boom. And it feels really cool when they're pushing away from each other too, because you're trying to push them exactly on top of each other and they just won't go. So experiment with that, it's really fun. And see if you can drag things with the attraction of a magnet. For example, this is shiny, it's metal. So let's see if it attracts. Boom, look at that. Metal to metal attracts. Let's see. Oh, my dry eraser. Let's see if it attracts. Oh, look at that. So what does that tell me? So I'm trying to put it up here and it falls to the middle. Look at that, how cool that is. So that means there's no magnet up here, but there's a magnet in the middle. Maybe because that will stick onto metal, like my whiteboard at school maybe, so I don't have to go looking for it all the time. So this means, watch this again, this is so cool. There's no magnet until you get to the middle. So watch, I'm going to drop it. Look at how it attracts. That's really fun to play with. So, so there must be, and I can feel a little magnet inside of this. Let's take a look at a marker. No, that's not made of metal. That's not going to work. Let's see. Oh, scissors. This is just fun. Just do this around your house. Oh, that must be metal or made of iron because they attract to each other. Now, I was looking at my whiteboard, the silver part. I'm thinking, oh, that might be metal. It's not. It fell. That's not metal. So it's some other kind of material. So just have fun and play with this a little bit. Watch the video of the lady doing some experiments and she'll give you some ideas about how to play around with magnets today. Have so much fun. Thanks for watching.